since it's an intimate session, questions. What type of questions would you have for EmpowerU, the people who actually facilitate, medicate, make sure people have their services when it comes to health and it comes to STDs?
I have three.
All these mysteries that they have, these crazy rumors that be going around causing. Now you got somebody here you can really ask these questions to. What's your question?
So my question is, y'all gotta bear with me. I actually got the mic. So as men, we keep condoms in the car. So what is the expiration of that condom? And how does it like work if it stays in that car for like 2 months and it's like under the sun? Is it still gonna be efficient or is it not? And then the other thing is, a lot of people are ignorant or don't know how HIV is transmitted. So I would like y'all to, you know what I'm saying, enlighten us because, you know, is it blood transmission or you know, secretion down there, or can like somebody just talking to you give it to you? So just those two questions.
Great question.
First one is the expiration is on the back of the condom, but if you leave it in your car for like a long time, I mean, it may work still because I use condoms in my car all the time, and they all work.
To add something to that first question, as long as the expiration date is good, you're good. If there are air pockets still inside of that condom, then it's good regardless if it's inside of the glove compartment, the wallet, as long as there's no puncture holes inside of that condom, it's still STD.
Joe, you have a question? Hi, Alesia. I'm sorry. Alesia Miller in the house, representing. How you doing?
Yeah, thank you.
If it wasn't for Alesia, I would have never met nobody at the Department of Health. Okay, the second. Oh, that's here.
So basically, you know, people, they know of HIV, but you know, like COVID, if somebody coughs on you, they give it to you. So how is HIV transmitted other than through sex? So, you know, like to make people aware, because you could literally talk to somebody with HIV, but not necessarily contract it. So I just want, you know, the kind of the breakdown of it, because that is important. You know, people need to be aware of those things.
That's a great question, because that was one of the questions I was going to do for the gifts. Ways to transmit the STD, transmit the HIV virus. I know it's about 5. Yes, the way you transmit it. Through sex. You transmit it through breast milk, you transmit it through sex, anal sex, vaginal sex. You take, okay, come on, Nisha, because you're expert in it. Yes, you came right on time.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hello.
Amen, amen. I am a child of God. Hello, everyone. My name is Alesia McPaul. I am an intervention specialist at EmpowerU doing the CLEAR, CLEAR, Choosing Life Empowerment Action and Results Project. There's a sign-in sheet in the back. Both tables are EmpowerU. If you think you're interested in any of our programs, please sign up there. So the question was about HIV transmission. It's multiple ways. Be mindful that now that we have so many medications, we can be undetectable, but U equal U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. But before, the main ways is anal, vaginal, oral. The highest risk with sex. Sharing dirty needles. If you're not.
Well, you said oral?
Oral is the least, not documented, but a possible. Just because the CDC did not document it, because they didn't have anyone that reported that they was infected through oral sex, does not mean you cannot become infected through oral sex. We had one incident here so many years ago about the kissing. It's not the saliva that got the individual infected. They both had bad mouth work. They had sores. Okay. They had secretions. They had leakage of all kinds. They had bad teeth. They had pyorrhea of the gums. They had gum disease. So with that being blood being present, along with the saliva, with someone being infected, that's how you become infected through kissing. Kissing is not one alone. HIV is not enough concentration in saliva. If you think saliva could infect you, you have to take all my bones, all my muscles out of me, fill me up with just saliva. And by that way, it's a possibility because it's not enough concentration of HIV in saliva alone. You have other white blood cell carriers such as vomit, feces, sweat, tears, urine. They cannot infect you alone. So it's not easy to get it off the toilet seat, but it's easy to get chlamydia, syphilis, and gonorrhea off the toilet seat, but not HIV.
What about mucus?
Mucus is a white blood cell
White
carrier,
blood cell, okay.
but you'll get COVID from mucus before you get HIV from mucus. So we have to be mindful. HIV is a virus that's transmitted from human to human, but there are other viruses that is very, very, very easy to transmit more than HIV. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Oh, mother to child, perinatal, breastfeeding.
Yeah, breastfeeding.
Okay, breastfeeding. It was a time they did C-sections, but they found out the C-section really is not necessary. So that mother is taking her meds untransmissibly. She can't have natural birth. She does not have to go under the knife. Any other questions?
I don't mean to play the devil's advocate, but let's say a man makes a mistake and he just sticks it in for like 2 seconds, but he regrets and pulls out.
You want to get disturbed by stick the head
I'm
in.
just saying, like,
You think you
that's a
slick.
possibility.
You think you slick. I don't have a problem with it, and you're right. Because you do have the moment that the woman is getting ready to have that sex, but then she knows she did not bring a condom or any prophylaxis or barrier with her. She get ready to change her mind. That was my first experience. I got ready to change my mind, but he had already came in contact with me vaginally already. In the pre-com, back in the day, we called it dog water. With the pre-com, there is sperm and whatever infection that individual is carrying. And once they come in contact with you, it is too late. They do not have to fully penetrate you or ejaculate in you.
That works the other way around as well, right?
Well, for women, when we found out in the study that there's less of virus in the vaginal secretions than it is in whole blood. So with studies, there have been studies at the University of Miami that was testing the vaginal secretions of the woman, and they found lesser concentration of virus. So when, oh, why y'all got me up here? When Here Come the Boom came out, it came out to let women know it is not that easy for a woman to infect a man. So when that woman was living with the thought she's the one got the both of them infected, no. So then that's the foul play on the males.
Wow.
If you shave or even brush your teeth 45 minutes to an hour to close up the pores. I always do this little thing. Oh, my man coming over. I know he comes over to brush my teeth and everything. As soon as he come in, he hard, he horny, and then I go down on him. He has a secretion, a pre-ejaculation. I have just infected myself with whatever he has because my gums has not closed up yet. For those who like to shave, the same thing. Your pubic hairs is a part of your reproductive because it can hold crabs. It can hold all kinds of things. So every strand of hair can hold up to 1,500 different parasites, funguses, bacteria, and viruses. So we got all of that, okay? Then you have to understand that just because I forgot. Golly, but it's too late. But the woman cannot infect the man unless like sometimes, I'm gonna keep it real. Sometimes he could be too big for the woman. And if it don't fit, don't force it. Sometimes you have men that try to force it in. The penis glands is the skin on the top of the head of your penis. That is also known as a reproductive organ for the men. The skin on top of just the head alone is called penis glands. If you scratch that, if she's infected, that's a immediate portal. Then if his shaft, if you have foreskin, for those who are not circumcised, oh my God, I have dealt with them being an ex-prostitute and It's like, because they don't know how to skin it back and clean it even under the head of the penis. Be mindful, it looks like a mushroom, so it protrudes out a little further than just the shaft of the penis. Under there could be bumps, all kind of stuff up under there. So you just looking at the shaft, you look at the top, but look up under the head. It's about this much, but look up under the head. So many things could be there. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Huh? Anal, well, we already know. And then what we also have in Miami-Dade County with our youth, some women still think, the young girls, I say, they have little clubs. They used to have clubs back in the day to try to get infected because they think they can get a check or get some benefits and things. But we let them know it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But you have anal sex, the same thing. What makes it so easy is because the anal cavity was not created for penetration.
That's right.
So when you're going against the grain, and then if I'm constricted, like you said, relax your muscles. I can't relax because this is not natural. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it once I got over it. That's the highest risk because you're
There's blood
tearing
and
tissue.
feces, yeah.
You're tearing tissue, penetrating me. Right up under the tissue is blood vessels. That is not, you got blood present that the eye does not see. So I can infect him, especially if he's going in a tight spot. He's scratching the head of his penis. He's breaking tissue as he's trying to penetrate me. Either one of us being infected, we just infected each other. Or we could have just developed a new strand. Because every strand is different in everybody's body. So just because all of us here are HIV positive and we taking Gilead, Stravia, Truvada, whatever medication, Victari, whatever it is, that don't mean that it's doing our body the same. But what it does do the same, it changes our DNA to an RNA. So when the mutation process begins, that's why it's good to have more than one medication if you're HIV positive, because with the 3 medications in one, all 3 medications have a different function. It's an inhibitor that does not allow it to go into the cell. It's one that just don't even allow it to mutate and then affect other cells. So that I had to go into that part because it's going to be prep up before you become infected. You can take the Truvada and you can, it's like a plan B per se. It's a prevention. But after you have come in contact, it's pep up. So you have like 3 days, up to 72 hours per se, to try to get this medication in your system in order to prevent HIV infection. Any other questions?
I have one more. I don't know if this is a myth, but they say like if you think you're infected and you just take a big piss, you like release it. You kind of like, is that a fact?
I know you just doing that for sake of conversation. I don't. I really. No, please tell me.
Some guy said, he just said it. He said on Google that he slept with somebody that was positive, but he went to the bathroom and he just took a big piss, and the piss, the urine, actually kills the virus. I'm just asking if it's fact or fiction. I don't know.
Okay, the flu is a virus. So if you take a piss, are you healed from the flu? Think about it. So just to say that it don't make sense.
No, it's not the fact that, so once you...
You
got to get that mic.
One guy that I tested on what he said, told me every time he has sex, his friend who is positive, he gets up and he goes and he completes the wash.
Yeah.
He bleaches all
Yeah.
So he has the same thing.
Yeah, there are myths and misconceptions. The thing is, once a virus in you, it's in you. Now with HIV, when you got HIV or advanced HIV to others is called AIDS. We have then opportunistic infections. The opportunistic infections, once you're infected with any kind of virus, it goes to every organ of the body. So with us who are HIV infected, the brain, we opportunistic infections that causes AIDS, even if your number is high, okay? Toxoplasmosis for the brain. cytomegalovirus, which we call CMV, it attacks the eyes. Pneumonia, it attacks the lungs. Hepatitis, it attacks the liver. You understand? So all cervical cancer and all other things for the reproductive organ for the woman. Herpes, complex, simplex, genital warts for the male and the female. Okay? And in our blood, period. I wanted to be a blood donor. When I found out that I was HIV positive, it kind of broke my heart because I actually still want to be a blood donor. However, now they're contemplating on positives donating to positives. So God is good. You know, I want to donate my organs. I know my heart and my lungs ain't about nothing. Because I smoke cigarettes. I keep it real. I'm honest with me before I'm honest with anybody.
You got a good heart though.
Yeah, but other parts of my body, they don't want my feet. Feet ain't about nothing. Been walking with no shoes on many days, homeless and as a prostitute, doing what I had to do the best way I knew how to do it. So they don't want my feet. But I wish my heart was in good condition because I do have a good heart. Anybody else?
One more thing. Do you know the word to the condom that kills? Because Denise didn't know it.
What happened?
The word to the condom that kills the sperm. It starts with an E.
It's not there anymore because so many people were allergic to it in the latex. So what was that name? The spermicide was named
It began with an EU something. A condom that's basically.
Lanoxanol 9 was the name of the lubrication that was used on the condoms, which now we have so many. If you go to Lifestyle in the yellow packet is a polyurethane, which is a plastic non-latex for those who are allergic to the latex or the rubber. However, we also have female condoms. So this for the dude who think he all big, but he can't use a condom because he say the condom too tight or he pull his hair and all that kind of BS. We have magnets. Don't let him always buy the magnet because see, like Kevin Hart said, you might have to tuck it. Because it don't fit, but I'm just joking. But what I was leading to, if you choose to wear a female condom, I think we do we have some female condoms to show here if they come to your table? Okay, right over here, if you have never experienced what a female condom feel like or look like, please step right over here, EmpowerU, Miss Jones, Sabrina, Glenn, or Ariana, and ask them to let you see what it look like. The female condom you can put on 4 to 8 hours. I see you, George. 4 to 8 hours before even having sex. And then what the body heat does, it breaks it down and make it feel like the real thing. It's already, over lubricated. So he shouldn't have no issues talking about he can't get in.
Half the times they got problems getting it up.
Again. Go ahead, George.
I just wanted to say, you mentioned about the different ways on how people can get it, but can you break it down a little bit more about the needles? You mentioned about the drug.
Definitely.
But also, we know you got ear piercing,
Definitely.
piercing,
Yeah.
blood drugs, you got even the drug paraphernalia, the filters, the cotton balls, the water, all of that. So this is a good time for people to know that before you leave.
And you are correct. Now, needle sharing, we always say cocaine, heroin, speed, all of that. But what about those who are taking hormone shots? What about those like myself as a diabetic that take injection? So we're not going to go just to the illegal drugs, even some legal prescriptions as well. If I was on my last needle, you and me, we partners. And I said, God, we just went and picked up our stuff. We got to go pick up our stuff tomorrow. But one of my needles broke. I had the last needle, but it broke. They do break. And I come over and ask you, girl, let me get a needle. You said, girl, you know we on our last needle. Girl, I don't care. I need to take my medication. Let me get the pill. Let me get the needle. Let me use your needle because I got to take my medicine. That's at risk too, and that's just diabetes because it's coming in contact with white and red blood cells. That could be highly infectious. Body piercings. Oh my goodness. Did y'all see on Facebook that man tattooing that baby?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, are you serious? A baby.
Where was DCM for that?
A baby. He's giving the baby a full body tattoo. I mean, for real, for real, for real. The baby started crying and everything. He stopped. I said, he's really, the baby got tattoos. Look at it. Oh my gosh. And that don't make any sense, you know. So tattoos, when you go into the parlors, there are new guidelines for tattoos. You must show me as a consumer, as I enter into your place of business, if I ask you, you need to open up another ink that's never been opened and another needle head. You have to do that. If you don't do that, although I can refuse your service, I don't care if you're the best in the world, but I can also report you to the Department of Health. Because that's putting people at risk. You're not willing to do what it takes to put people, you know, to not put people at risk with all kinds of things come up. We got hepatitis, we got all kinds of other things too, not just HIV. Anybody else?
You mentioned the PrEP.
Well, you know, everybody do what they want to do, and as a consumer, we have free will. You can just walk in and do what you want to do. That's going to be between you and your child. But normally, when the children are under 18, you don't find out they had a tattoo until after they got the tattoo. And then you don't see it then. Somebody, God forbid, one of the siblings see it and get mad. Ooh, Mom, you probably never do because they are experts at hiding things, even pregnancies. I'm sorry.
Did I hear you say something about the PrEP? How did that work?
PrEP is the doctor said a purple pill. PrEP is a blue pill. It is called Truvada. Truvada is a medication that was approved by FDA, CDC, and other pharmaceuticals who created it. I think that was Gilead. They approved this pill for people who were living with HIV in the beginning. I took the research study for that. As soon as I took it, I wasn't taking any meds. I was undetectable in 2 weeks. Undetectable. That means, no, listen to me well. I'm telling you the history of Truvada. Okay. Truvada first was a blue pill. The same blue pill was created for people who live with HIV. PrEP is for people who are HIV negative. You must test negative. You cannot do PrEP. You can probably do it on a mobile unit if they have the program, they have the doctor and everything, because for PrEP, you have to go into a clinic or a community health center that has that program, that's funded actually to do that program. You're going to see the doctor. No, you're going to get tested. Your result comes back negative. Then you see the doctor for a prescription to start the Truvada. We did a presentation yesterday, and once you start taking Truvada, you take it as long as you want to be protected. However, just remember, this is a medication. Once it gets into your system, what is not said, it's a possibility. If you become infected, you can build a resistance to that class of medication. And then that's why with any medication, you got to be careful when you take a medication, you're going to stay committed to it. Because you're putting yourself in more danger if you're not going to comply or adhere. So however the doctor prescribes it is how you're going to have to take it.
So now I just understood you to say the medicine that
was
created to
bring down the virus in those with HIV
is now being used
to prevent people from becoming HIV positive, but you must be HIV negative to be in PrEP or PEP. PrEP means pre-exposure prophylaxis. PEP means post-exposure prophylaxis. So before I do this thing, I don't even know your status or anything, but I know I want to give you some. I heard about that girl saying, let me go over here and get these blue pills. Not Viagra. Let me go get the PrEP. Let me start. Yeah, because there's 2 blue pills. Y'all be right here playing. And so I said, okay, oh my God. I got to do this because I'm the one responsible for me. Because he's the type I like to wear a condom. Should I still do it? Oh, I'll use the female condom. Because with PrEP, you still need to use a condom.
Yeah.
When he asks you, that does not give you a license to go wrong. It's not giving you a license to go wrong. So what I would do if I was you, I would get with one of these tables. George has PEP list on PrEP. Over here we have information about PrEP. Maybe everybody who's at a table have information about PrEP. So to give more detailed information other than the superficial piece that I'm giving you, I would go and get a pamphlet from that table back there because I just walked around. He has pamphlets I would get a penalty from.
So what's the point of PrEP? What's the point of PrEP if it doesn't give you a license to hit it raw?
You shouldn't ever be hitting it raw anyway. You shouldn't be hitting it raw, period. Because there's too many viruses and diseases out here. I'm going to say something about my baby. I got to say that. But PrEP is just preventing you from becoming HIV positive. However, I live with HIV almost 40 years. So I've never been pregnant, but it's not saying that I can't have a baby. I really believe the medication that they have created and that works for me and anyone else who has HIV living with them will not die from HIV. We'll die from something else first. HIV is not a death sentence. The death sentence wasn't even in the beginning. Your mind controls your body. Once you get it into your mind that you're going to die, your body responds and you die. So when I got a positive diagnosis, I had a positive outlook on life, and I had no issues with telling people because it's a testimony.
But that's philosophical. That's not scientific.
What's philosophical?
Your mind controlling your
boy,
body.
Okay, use your imagination and pretend like if you close your eyes and pretend like you at Universal Studios. You're gonna be at Universal Studios. Never say that's philosophical. It's real if you know how to exercise it and tap into it.
I think of the Buddhist, monks when, the mind.
No, it's the individual who's in tune with themselves. So we're not gonna go there. But your mind, that's even with depression. That's even with any other virus or disease. You know what I'm saying? If you say,
I think it's because it weakens your immune system when your state of mind or your stress levels are very high or you're depressed because your immune system becomes weaker, and that's how your body becomes affected.
Then what else are you doing for that? Are you using some kind of therapy to bring yourself back? Are you eating right? Are you eating vegetables and fruits and making sure you're getting all your vitamins? Are you drinking a whole lot of water? What else are you doing that makes that the component of your wholeness? So it's not just that one thing. I understand there's many components to this body. I got to go. Oh, here you go.
I have a question.
Yes, Tasha.
Where you get that beautiful necklace from?
Look at her. This is Miss Latasha Mills. Do we do plugs here? Denise, do we do plugs? This is Latasha Mills from Paparazzi. This is one of her Z pieces. I wear her jewelry all the time. That's all.
Thank you.
She got to pay for that promo.
I appreciate Ms. Miller on the mic. She's also another person who's been with me from the beginning.